Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Mustafa and welcome to another WP360 video. In this video, we're going to do something different. We're not going to be reviewing a plugin or reviewing a WordPress theme. Instead, we are going to set up WordPress on a VPS, a virtual private server. I figured let's change things around and do something different, and I'm going to guide you through the whole process of building a website. And then throughout this process, we're going to be taking a looking at a few of the plugins that I will be using, why I'm going to use them, and then review them as we go. Now, I think this is something different that I'm doing, and it's going to be into sections. It's not going to be into a long video. I don't really like long videos, but if that's what you like, let me know. We can really work on that. Now, in this instant, we are going to install WordPress on a Linode VPS. I will be making other videos to use other VPS services, but in this case, I'm just going to use Linode. It's really easy, it's really simple, and I highly recommend it. And let's dive right in. You go to linode.com and then you sign up, you create your account, and then once you log in the first time, you're going to see this dashboard. And then the first thing that you're going to do is just kind of look around, see what's going on. Nothing much you really need, but it's there. Just look into all these options that you have. What we really care about is the create. Now again, you are building a VPS, a virtual private server. So that VPS is literally a computer that sits somewhere, and then it's accessible from everywhere in the world. That's really, so you don't have to create WordPress for it. You can just do whatever you want. You have all these options. You can install, I don't know, a database on it, or Minecraft for what you need. But in this case, we're just gonna do it for WordPress, and then we're gonna go to create a Linode. And then we're gonna be brought up to this page. Now, in the normal way of doing it without WordPress, if you just want to create a VPS, you're going to select the distro, which is the Linux distro that you want to use, and you're going to select the region, the type, and then you go through the process. But if we do that, we have the flexibility to select what distro, what Linux distro we're using. But this will require me to install to create a VPS with the image that I like, and then go manually create WordPress, and then every step of creating that manual installation of WordPress. I will be making a video to do that, but for now we're just gonna go with the most simple way of doing it, and that's go into the one-click tab. Now the one-click is basically a really quick spun up images for certain things that you need. You click on it, you go through the information, you fill up the information, and then you create it. And or you have the My Images, which is basically if you have your own image and you can select that and then use it. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go to the one click. We're going to click on WordPress. Now, if you notice, there's the marketplace. These are the things that within Linode. But you also have community stack scripts. So what is this? So this is basically other creator, other developer build a script that does something. So if you want your WordPress to be installed on another Linux distro, then you can just select that, and then you can just go find it. Ubuntu. Let's see if there's something in there. I'm sure there is somebody like Ubuntu. See, Ubuntu. Okay, but again, I don't know these scripts. I've never used them. I don't care about them. I'm just gonna go with the regular way. So we're gonna go to WordPress latest. You click on it, and then you can notice there's a lot of things, including Minecraft. So you can CS:GO. There you go. So you can build your own server to do anything. Now into the WordPress options. The first one is obviously an email. So you're gonna put your email in there, and then you're gonna put the admin username. Now this is absolutely your choice. I'm just gonna put mine, and what are those two? This is basically the registration. This is going to be the root password on your WordPress account. You're going to have the admin username, and then you're going to have a password, which I'm going to be changing all that. So I'm just going to use something simple. Why am I keep? And then we're just going to keep that. But I will explain what these are. So this is the admin username and the password. So if you go to your website, you're going to be prompted with this page, right? And then this is what you're going to put your email or username. I just put my username, and then you put your password, the one that you created here, and then you access your WordPress dashboard. And then you have the MySQL root password. Now, WordPress is based on PHP, and PHP runs very well with MySQL, which is the back end, is like the database that is happening in the back. So you're gonna need to set up a root password. You probably not gonna need it that much, but just go ahead and set it up, write it down, don't forget it, so you have it, so you can access, you have root access to your database. And then you also have a user access to your database, which is like, it doesn't give you a root privileges, but it gives you access to your database. So it does need a password as well. And then we're gonna create a password as well. Now here, a little bit about your website. So in this case, my website is gonna be named fewneeds.com. No, actually this is the title. So we're just gonna do few needs. And then we're gonna go with the fewneeds.com. Now, I hope by this time you have an idea of what your website is, so you don't have to, but you can link that in the future if you like. And then here it's showing you that you can select, but you can't really. They're custom script to install WordPress in one click. It's going with Debian, but it's fine. And then also one thing about this. This is this easy way to set up WordPress, like I said at the beginning, but there's only some configuration that you need to do, which I'm going to go through them in the next video. But basically it needs an SSL. So how to make your website secure like this, you need to buy an SSL and install it. And then that will require you to log into your VPS and do some virtual host things, but it's not that hard, so don't freak out. I'll walk you through it with the Debian 10 distro. And then you select wherever you are, you select what's the closest to you. I'm in Denver, I'm gonna select Dallas. Yeah, I think Dallas is fine. Okay, we're gonna select the type of Linode, the Linode plan. It's basically, what do you need with the server? Like, how much performance do you need? I'm gonna go with the cheapest one, because here's the beauty about these. You can upgrade them. So you can monitor how it's behaving, and then based on that, you can just go back to your Linode, and then you can upgrade it. And because it's a virtual thing, you can upgrade it as much as you want. Now here is the Linode label. This is basically what's gonna be on your Linode dashboard. So it's just a descriptive for you, and then tags. I don't care about the tags. And then you have this is the root password. So the root password is accessing your VPS. So now I know there's too many roots and too many things, but this is the world of developers. Welcome to the world. Let's go over them really quick. Username is Mustafa KH, and then password is the admin password, right? So this is what you're gonna use here. If you need to access your MySQL root password, you're gonna use this password. Again, MySQL is just how it's like, think about it as an interface for your database. And if you want to access your database as a user, that's gonna be your password. Now you're gonna be like, okay, what the heck is root password? This is for you to access your server directly. Okay, so you can SSH to it, you can FTP to it, file transfer protocol, that's what FTP is. So you can access your things. And that's what we're gonna use. That's the password that we're gonna be using to access our VPS and look at the Linux and then install the SSL. This is the root password. Now, you have two options to access it. You're gonna first need an IP address. And once we do the creation, we are gonna get an IP address. So you need that IP address, and then you need to have a root password. Or if you wanna make it easy for yourself, you can add an SSH key. Now, I'm not gonna go through the process of creating one right now because I am gonna be using password, but just know that there is an option. What is this? You can run it, you can go through a steps to create an SSH key for your computer, and then you can add the key here. And what will happen is every time you use the IP address to access the VPS is gonna look, the SSH tunnel is gonna look at the encryption. It's gonna be like, okay, there is an SSH key that I'm familiar with between myself as the VPS and then your computer, and then it's just gonna let you in. But the thing with this is, for every computer you have to have an SSH key that is like it works. You can move them around, whatever, but I just use a root password because I access these things from multiple computers. It is doable with SSH. It just, I don't know, I just use a computer password. So this should be it. That's only the process that we're gonna be doing. Let's create it and see what happens. It's gonna take a few minutes, and then it should spin up. There you go. It's done. So I don't need that right now. What we see here is basically your virtual private server running. Now, what do you need to do here? Honestly, not much. You can add some backup if you want Linode to handle your backup. I believe it costs you $2. I forgot to mention this in the previous one, but then there is a check mark if you want them. It's like $2 a month, and then they will create a backup for you. But see, you got an IP address, and then that's called an IPv4. Now, recently I have discovered that if your website is only set up with IPv4, you might have issues accessing your website from a cellular network, because there are using IPv6, which is this giant guy here. But again, I'm gonna be deleting this. I'm not gonna be using it. I'm gonna create a new one for my use, but I'm just gonna show you what's happening right now. You're gonna copy this, and then you can just go here and do -wp not dash slash, and then you click on that, and then you should be prompt to it's just gonna take a second for it to work. So while this is working, we should just go and check the other one. So here, let's see what we have. We have volumes. That's if you need to create a block storage, like if you need to separate your storage. Networking, anything that is related to networking is going to be set up here. Guys, this gives you a lot of flexibility when it comes to managing your VPS, but it's a bit complicated. But if you're into like going deep into the web development, you're going to need to get a handle of all of those, and then again, you don't really need to do anything right now. This is the option when you need to resize it. Like I said, you can upgrade it if you want to rescue it. So just basically reboot, rescue mode. Rescue mode. So you can go here if you want to rebuild it. Here you can select another image, and then you can just basically change everything. But remember, if you do it from here, you're gonna go through like the whole process again. Backups, if you have set up backups, like I said, it's $2 per month. You're gonna see all your backups here. Activities, this is gonna show you it's like a log, it's event logs that show you what's happening on your thing. You can monitor this for security. It's a great resource. Settings, you're just gonna go with all these settings. There's nothing. Delete, shutdown, notification. That's if you have like thresholds. Yes, just basically control your stuff. And this configuration, that's again it's basically dividing your desk, whatever you need. to make it. I don't do any of these changes. You don't need to. Let's see if this is working. Why it's giving me, oh, there we go. All right, so here we have successfully, let's see if we can log in. There you go. Now I have so many of these things, no and no. All right, so this is what you have. This is your WordPress. Now remember, you're accessing right now this, but in the future, what you need to do is you need to actually, let me try something. I don't know if you, I don't think if you needs is connecting right now. Let's just try it out. I don't know. /wp-admin. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Now the reason it's not gonna work is because I haven't pointed the domain into this IP address. What you need to do is wherever you got your domain name, just point it at the just set up a DNS record that points at this, the A record that point at this server, and then in the future you don't need to type this. You just type in your domains -wp-admin, and then you will be prompted with a similar page like this. But again, really quick, fresh WordPress installation. There's nothing fancy about it. What I'm gonna do is I usually go to the settings and then just kind of create something. Now, like I said, I'm gonna be deleting this, so I don't need to worry about it. But here, when you're gonna need to change some of your settings. One of this is just change the tagline, which is like the slogan for your thing. So you see here, like every time you log, there's a second part here. That's usually your slogan. And then change that right away. Just make sure you have it, because you don't want Google to index your page and then this show up under the search result, just another WordPress site. You don't want that. So do it right away. And then once you connect everything and then you connect your SSH, you're gonna come here and then you're gonna change this to S, and then you can put your domain name, site URL. If you want it to be just www or that www. And then let's see, what else do we need from the things? Let's go to the permalinks, and then we're gonna change it to post name, and then writings. We don't need to do anything about right here. I think we need something, yeah, the reading. Discourage search engine from indexing your page. Now you need to select this, but like I said, it's up to search engine to honor this request. So that's why I'm saying it doesn't really matter that much, but I have had issues where I am selecting this and then it starts indexing my website while I'm developing, and it's indexing all these things that I'm going to be deleting. And it's not the end of the world, but it's just a little bit of hassle. But there we go. We have the that's the plugin. So we have a fresh WordPress installation. It should be easy to do it. Just follow the steps, and then the next step we're gonna be doing is we're going to access the VPS. We're gonna install the SSL, and then we're gonna set it up. We're gonna go through all the process. It's not hard, guys. Don't freak out, but it will be cool. And then after that, we're gonna start step by step building this website. I have a little bit of idea what I want to make this website for, but I might change my mind. Like I said, it's one of the things that I have to decide with this website. So this should wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's been a while since the last time I uploaded a video, but I'm back, and then hopefully this time is different. Now, a little bit of housekeeping stuff. We do have a website right now. It's WP 360. You can go visit it. I'm gonna be setting up my social media on the description. You can go there, and then you also we have a Patreon now. I have a Patreon, and then you guys can go there and see what perks you can get if you become a Patreon. One of the things, I will be taking the first 10 Patreons and I'm gonna put their name on my website. So like I said, this is still new in my head, but I will be adding those like top 10 Patreons. So if you're interested, go there, see what are the perks, and then do me a solid, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and then help me reach 1,000 subscribers by September. I know you guys can do it. Help me out, do it, and then I will see you in the next video. Thank you.